How easily the wind overturns a frail tree. Wind cannot overturn a mountain. Temptation cannot touch the man who is awake, strong, and humble, who masters himself and minds the law. If a man's thoughts are muddy, if he is reckless and full of deceit and false, you overlook the heart and fill yourself with desire. See the false as false, the true as true. Look into your heart. Follow your nature. An unreflecting mind is opposed. The law is joyful here and joyful there. In both worlds he rejoices, and how greatly when he sees the good he has done. For great is the harvest in this world, and greater still in the next. However many holy words you read, however many you speak, what good will they do you if you do not act upon them? Are you a shepherd who counts another man's sheep, never sharing the way? Read as few words as you like, and speak fewer, but act upon the law. Give up the old ways, passion, enmity, folly. Know the truth, and find peace. Share the way.
He's a cunt.
Wakefulness.
Oh, you poor thing. Can you imagine calling yourself a cunt? Oh, Isa, you poor thing. You got to change your vocabulary. You got to update your name. It's like shitting on yourself. Why would you shit on yourself?
Well, because I embrace the insult that people give me.
You should call yourself beautiful flower. You can't attract.
Oh, thank you.
You can't attract, bees to your nectar unless you're a beautiful flower. Why would you call yourself a cunt? You're like repulsing big multi-millionaire Bitcoin people.
Somebody called me a cunt, so I just embraced it, and now I just have to wait.
Well, change your name as soon as possible because you are.
I will.
It's like you are farting and everyone is smelling it. Oh, she's a farter.
But you know what? Like, this triggers more the person that insults me because then, like, I don't get offended.
Don't do it. Choose the positive. Never choose negative words. It's like my mother. I've been spending the whole week with her. She just used.
Yeah. How was it? I missed her.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't gag people. Bind their mouths shut. It's illegal. That's illegal.
You guys have a good time? Oh, were you in no, where is this monument?
Springfield, Illinois.
Illinois, was he from there?
Yeah. He lived in Sangamon County. The family was living in a mud hut in Kentucky. Then they took a farm and.
Did he do that out of racism?
I don't think so because he freed the blacks. So how could he be racist? And bottom. They're sitting here arguing over Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare and Medicaid. We need that fucking money.
So tell me, how was her visit?
She's still here. Thank God.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank God she went to her friend's house for 24 hours. So I got a break from hearing her talking nonstop.
That's why you haven't been online much?
Yeah, we've been doing things. She's very talented, she really knows home remodeling inside of me with work. She's very good. But this is, the thing is, it's like, I even say kind of mean things to her because she gets so annoying. I'm just like, you're giving me a migraine. Can't you just like stop talking? She's very ADHD.
Really mean. That just means that you guys have got a good relationship. Plus you get offended by it.
It's just like makes me like ugh, and then I think about like if I have a girlfriend or a wife or something, like my mom, there's a reason why I am the way I am probably, but my mom is, if it's genetics, my mother is a real gaslighter. She wants to gaslight you and other people all the time, and she doesn't give a fuck. She does not give a fuck. She you know what I call it? It's called non-filter people who don't have a filter. You know, they as soon as the thought comes to the forefront, they
Not
go,
having
yeah.
a filter is different than gaslighting.
Because she's an automated gaslighter with no filter. That's the way to describe her. She's a fully automated gaslighting speaker with no filter. And she wants to get the last word in on every single interaction.
Where's your dad? Is he still alive?
Oh, he ran away a long time ago. He got the hell away
Oh.
from her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you run over her?
Yeah, he left her. He couldn't take it anymore. I don't blame him. She doesn't, you know, the thing is, like, people need to go to the monastery for I've heard it said for 2 years to learn silence. The biggest epidemic is automated thinking or nonstop speaking, you know, because people speak what they think. So the problem is people just can't stop their uncontrollable mind fit right in. She'd become a toxic hypnotist and conversationalist on here. Not toxic.
In that case, I don't
but
understand why she doesn't come here.
she doesn't even have a smartphone. She has a flip phone.
Oh, well, that's actually good.
Yeah, she prefers to be in the moment, but the problem with that is she just doesn't have a filter and she doesn't stop talking. If there's a flower or a bird or a guy taking a pee, like she just comments on everything that comes into her visual perspective. Anyway, she's got ADHD. She's got really bad ADHD.
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Edmund. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. Who's your
And
club?
that is the day that your mom decided to go to a friend's house.
See, I told you. Isn't she a fully automated gaslighter? Well, she cooked me dinner last night, and she gave me a birthday card with $500 in it.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
What did she cook you?
She cooked a steak. It was honestly the worst steak I think I've ever eaten in my life.
You're gonna miss her so much today that she's not here.
I know, that's the saddest part is like I lived with my grandmother growing up, and I was, I could have been nicer to her. Like she would say, she'd yell at me because I didn't do the dishes or something. And it was like, I could have been nicer, kindness, patience, compassion. Even my mother was like, she's like, you got no patience. I'm just like, you're right. Like I have no patience, but sound like flowers or sound pleasant. If you sound unpleasant, and you're aggressive, almost to the point of like antagonistic, the communication is constantly antagonistic. It just it grinds you. All you do is you're like a barking dog. It's annoying.
And you think she's like that?
Yes, she demands constant attention. She's lonely, and so what she wants is a fully compliant robot to listen to her, to give her affection, and she's using me, her son, as the void in her life, best form of peace, because I can antagonize her and then she antagonizes me. It's like if it's like a circuit, you have to break the circuit essentially by going silent and just people in a better mood. So it is like a first person player perspective where if I want to change my environment, I have to change myself within first.
Yeah, exactly. Is she also as reflective as you?
I don't know if I'm reflective or she's reflective, but she keeps talking about the past nonstop. About how my father did this and your father fucking didn't do that and your father was a piece of shit and this and that. And it's like, damn. It's 2025. All this shit happened 40 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how long ago was that?
Yeah, 40 years ago, people still hanging on. See, memories never go away, especially if they were hurtful, you know, or abusive. Or, anyways, I just want to live my life in what we call love.
Does she live with your sister or she lives alone?
No, she lives by herself.
But does your sister live close to her?
No. No, she lives in the southwest of the United States. My sister lives in the northwest. I live in the Midwest. My dad lives in the southeast. I'm telling
Wait,
you,
so
if
you're just 2 kids, right? You and your sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to give my mom too much, self-centering. I don't want to self-center her because she's not here in the room right now. But it is. I mean, a lot of people have conflict with their mothers, their fathers, their siblings, or their mother-in-law or their father-in-law. And it's all I'm telling you, this app is exactly what's happening in the real world, which is gaslighting and people's inability to STF you. Shut the F word up. People just can't do it.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
And just go into any room.
We're all guilty of that.
Everybody want to keep recording you because it's so stupid. I need to remember just how much of a waste of time this app is, because then I go do real things that are real. This app is it's the subjective app. It's the hypnotist conversational app. It's all subjective. There's no real objective. You get nothing from it. You don't even get clean laundry of it. So that's how, low value the information exchange is on this app. I can go do my laundry and get more out of that than listening to Democrat, liberals, socialists sit here and scream at each other. And they're all wasting their time. They got no clean laundry.
Yeah. I agree. So what else are you going to do for your birthday? Are you just going to spend it on Clubhouse?
No, I've been trying to schedule a date with a beautiful girl, but all the beautiful girls that I know say, sorry, I already have other plans. So
why didn't you plan before?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of self-centered to praise yourself on the day of your birth.
You don't need to tell them that's your birthday.
Yeah, but then it's like, if you take somebody out on a date on your birthday and you're like, oh, by the way, it's my birthday. They're like, it's your birthday? And you're taking me out? Like, what's wrong with you? You're a loser? You don't have friends?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You don't need to tell them.
I know. Anyways, I'm just saying that, I tried to make plans, but nothing materialized. But I do have plans tomorrow. And I may have plans tonight. The day is still young. We shall see.
Oh, that's nice. When is your mom going back?
Sunday.
Oh, you still haven't got a few days.
Joy.
My mom is going to come to Switzerland on the 3rd of December.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to spend here with me a month. Yeah, I know. She spent here 5 or 6 weeks back in July. Now she's coming back.
Does your mom have a lot of anxiety, or is she pretty mellow?
I don't know. We clash sometimes. Sometimes we just need to walk away from each other. It's we both have strong personalities. My character, definitely I got it from her. Yeah, I'm also, I don't know if it's because I'm more used to being on my own or whatever, but yeah, I also feel I need my space a lot of the times. But yeah, I mean, we get along. We cook, we go out, we chat. Sometimes we clash, but it's we're very close, so it almost feels like friendship, it doesn't matter if we clash. It's well, we clash, we fight, and then a little bit later we're fine, and nothing happened. Yeah, she's gonna be here because she wants to go to the Christmas markets.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think she's ever been, so I'm gonna take her to a few while she's here in Switzerland.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna spend Christmas here with some friends of mine, and New Year, I guess, and then she's gonna go back to because she's right now in Spain, just traveling, and then she's gonna go back to Spain with her cousins and her sister. Back to Guatemala, I think in April or so.
Girl that I have sex with. I already got a girl to have sex with. Wow.
Yeah, that's not the only reason he would meet with the Isa, but apparently.
Wow. What is it? Sex is always on his mind, apparently. I was just like, damn. Wow.
Yeah, what about a coffee?
Oh.
That's fun, actually. Yeah, I might meet a few people in the coming months. I think Daniel I definitely have to meet sometime soon. The same as Simon. I really like them both.
Oh, I can't stand listening to Simon.
You can't stand Simon?
I don't. It's not personal. Like, I think he's a nice person, but the way he sounds to me is really annoying.
He's just a little bit autistic, but he's a really really nice person.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he is. But I just heard him earlier today, and I had to leave because I was like, I cannot listen to this guy talk. It is so annoying.
I also want to meet Aya. Aya is lovely. And she's in France, so it would be a short ride.
Who's Aya?
Aya is the ex-Muslim girl that hangs out with us. French. You have to know her because she spends a lot of time in our rooms.
Well, we got Gail, Aiken, and Zen.
I don't know any. Well, I know Zen. Actually, bring him up.
And Notorious. Notorious has been here for a hot minute.
Who is Akin?
Akin lives in Turkey. She's been enjoying my Dao De Jing rooms by Lao Tzu.
Nice. And Gail?
Gail says she's a mental health advocate living in D.C.
Yes, we know Alpha, Gail.
I think you can go on.
So they got a little bit retarded, but then kind of like it went, we saved it. And we had a good conversation. And the past week was very interesting. When we were comparing stuff from the Bible.
Hi, Jane. Failed. Jane is a campaign contributor. She helped me get. Jane is a campaign contributor. She helped me get on the ballot.
That's really cool, Jane.
Talking about the stress, the anxiety, the conflict, the rage. The conflict, the rage.
And today is John's birthday. Ooh. Yeah, I also have rising Scorpio.
Yeah, that's all a metaphor for the
Scorpio.
Yeah, that's all a metaphor for the Holy Spirit, or for it's like life force, it's force essentially. It's like life force, it's force essentially, or there's ways to say it in French, but personal development, and that's it. Personal development, and that's it, and that's it. Kavi, and being uploaded to B Computer. Thank you, B Computer, for listening in. If you're here, timestamp it. It's November 6th, 2025, Thursday, 1:37 p.m., John Kitover's birthday. Thank you, B Computer. You're doing a great job creating suggestions, to-dos, calendars, events. You can do everything while doing nothing with AI B Computer. Thank you, Amazon. 6, 2025, Thursday, 1:37 p.m., John Kitover's birthday. Thank you. Yeah, Alpha goes on forever as well. Alpha's super annoying. But I am going to convert this room shortly to a meditation room as opposed to a conversation between John and Isa. Isabella. Somebody on the YouTube live said, "Is this AI?" Another person said, "Why do you act this weird?" Another person wrote, "This guy fake as fuck." So, Issa, do you do any intentional or guided breathing exercises? No. Negative. Okay, back to Dhammapada.
Wakefulness is the way to life. The fool sleeps as if he were already dead, but the master is awake and he lives forever. He watches. He is clear. How happy he is, for he sees that wakefulness is life. How happy he is, following the path of the awakened. With great perseverance he meditates, seeking freedom and happiness. So, it is his most precious treasure. He never gives in to desire. He meditates. And wisdom, he looks down with dispassion upon the sorrowing crowd. From the mountaintop he looks down on those who live close. He outstrips the field. By watching, Indra became king of the gods. How wonderful it is to watch, how foolish to sleep. The beggar who guards his mind and fears the wayward mind. As the fletcher whittles and makes straight his arrows, so the master directs his straying thoughts. Like a fish out of water, stranded on the shore, thoughts thrash and quiver, for how can they shake thoughts thrash and quiver, for how can they shake off desire? They tremble, they are unsteady, they wander at their will. It is good to control them, and to master them brings happiness. But how subtle they are, how elusive. The task is to quieten them, and by ruling them to find happiness. With single-mindedness, the master quells his thoughts. He ends their wandering. Seated in the cave of the heart, he finds freedom with knowledge. An untroubled mind, no longer seeking to consider what is right and what is wrong, a mind beyond judgments, watches and understands. Know that the body is a fragile jar, and make or soon the body is discarded. Then what does it feel?